strength, guiding you through the current hard times our nation is facing at the beginning of this new millennium. For those of you who knew or work with Mother, her message lives on like a beacon of hope, guiding you on a path of humble service, making it possible for the world to be a better place, showing you how to find God in the distressing disguise of the poor. But for many of you listening to these sessions, this may be the first time you actually have a chance to be in touch with Mother and hear her voice, her thoughts, and her profoundly simple words of intuitive wisdom. It may be your first opportunity to understand her spiritual lessons. My name is Dr. Lou Tartaglio, and it is my deep honor and humble privilege to present Mother Teresa's thoughts to you. For those of you who don't know Mother Teresa's story, let me give you a brief look at some of the more important events of Mother's life. It will help you understand where she came from and how absolutely wonderfully God's love is expressed by using this frail woman from the Balkans with such humble beginnings. Her own words later in the series will help you realize who she was, to understand her secret of single-heartedness, and give you a compassionate image of a mother for the world. Most importantly, the information will give you a context for applying Mother's words to your life. Mother Teresa was born Gonca Boiaxu in Skopje, Albania, on August 27, 1910, the last of 3 children from a middle-class family. As a child, she became interested in missionary work due to the influence of Serbo-Croatian Jesuit missionaries from Yugoslavia who had been working in West Bengal, India. At 18 years old, after a time of struggle, she followed her first call and left Albania for Dublin, Ireland, to become a Loreto nun. The Sisters of Loreto were a logical choice because they did extensive teaching in West Bengal. She learned rudimentary English in Ireland and then sailed for Calcutta in 1928, arriving there on the Feast of the Epiphany. Interestingly enough, it was on that voyage that Mother said to another young girl, Magdalena Canjo, who was also becoming a nun, "You will be unknown, but my name will be known all over the world." You have to wonder if she had a revelation under the stars while out to sea. Mother taught school at St. Mary's High School in Entally, outside of Calcutta. She made her first vows on May 25, 1931, and took the name of Teresa after St. Teresa of Lisieux, who was known as the Little Flower. It was a name that reflected the little way, the way of spiritual childhood, of trust and absolute surrender. Other sisters remember Mother as a young woman of great spiritual zeal and generosity, although frail and not of great health. She was also known for her wonderful sense of humor, and at times when she laughed she would bend down to her waist. If you had met Mother, you would understand this image. Mother was tiny, probably no taller than 4'11". She was an Albanian Kosovar by birth, and the rest of the nuns were predominantly Irish. She would have stood out from the crowd simply because of stature. Bending at the waist, well, she would have been even smaller. Sister Teresa, as she was known then, continued to teach. On the 24th of May, 1937, she made her final vows at the Loreto Convent in Darjeeling, and was from that time called Mother Teresa. She returned to St. Mary's in 1938 and again taught there. During those years, she quickly picked up the Bengali and Hindi languages. World War II intervened and disrupted everyone's life. The school was commandeered by the military. They moved the school around and eventually they returned to settle in Calcutta. In 1943, there was a great famine in the Bengal region of India. The sight of thousands of young children, bellies swollen from hunger, deeply affected Mother. In 1944, Mother Teresa stepped in to become the principal of St. Mary's High School. It's interesting today to note that Mother taught geography and catechism. Was that perhaps a prelude to her world ministry? Mother used to joke that she taught geography, but she only later learned it by traveling around the world. In fact, at her death, she had opened over 600 houses in 125 countries. Those were very hard years, as you may imagine. The entire world was at war. During the frequent air raids, Mother Teresa remained below with the children. Food was rationed and in short supply. She courageously secured sacks of rice from the military at great risk to herself. After the war, Mother Teresa traveled to Darjeeling for her yearly week of retreat. Then came God's call on September 10, 1946, while riding on the so-called